Good morning. It's time for another motivational message this week. And I think I just lost my place on this YouTube video, but we'll find it here pretty quick. Anyway, so this morning I want to talk about a concept called Semper Gumby. If you're not familiar with Gumby, go ahead and go onto YouTube and type in Gumby and Pokey back in the late 50s, early 60s. This would have been a popular TV show for kids, and it's a claymation. So it's clay figures. But just take a look at this clip for just a few seconds.
Did you see my 50-cent piece?
Thin chance of that.
Maybe you weren't looking when it came in.
Thin chance of that.
It has to be somewhere.
If it rolled in here, it'd be so thin, it would be worth less than a dime.
Oh.
So Gumby is missing a coin, and he's looking for it, and he's in this.
Have you seen my coin?
And he's in this place called Mirrorland. And of course, as a claymation, you can see earlier he was super thin in one mirror, and then he crashes into a car and goes in another mirror, and he's really fat. Anyway, probably wondering where I'm going with all of this, and this is where I'm going. In the military, Semper Fi is a very popular saying with Marines, and it means always faithful. Well, in the Marine Corps, if you're in there long enough, you begin to realize that probably the real motto is Semper Gumby, always flexible, because you go out for a day of training and it says training is going to start at 7:30 a.m. and then you realize, nope, it's going to start at 8:30 a.m. It's like, nope, wait a little bit longer. It's going to start at 9:30 a.m. Or, oh, nope, we switched locations, so get in these trucks and we'll head over here. We got our training set up over here. And we get there, and, the training exercise has changed from this training to this training, and now we don't have enough equipment, so go back, grab equipment. You begin to realize that things change, and to always be flexible. So it's kind of a funny thing, because the Marines who aren't in charge and don't have a say will be sitting around and they'll be said, well, here's the latest scoop, and we'll all go Semper Gumby. It's just one of those things. Just always flexible. Be ready for change, and I think that's right where we all are right now, and probably have been for many weeks, and in so many different ways. We're all realizing that we need to be flexible, and if you haven't been flexible, and if you have been pushing to try to keep things as normal as possible, you're probably beginning to realize that you might be even creating some conflict in your home and with the people you're around, as opposed to realizing, hey, things just aren't going to look the same. And in some homes, parents are laid off and parents are home all day, and that's kind of unusual for everybody. To always be around, the parents. Some have parents who are working, and maybe some cases both parents are working, or in other cases one or the other is working. And all of a sudden you realize you're the full-time babysitter. And it's just like, this isn't normal either. But you realize your parents are in healthcare or in some other industry that hasn't shut down, and now you're home all day, 9 hours or more with siblings, or you have parents in healthcare who can't come home. Or things like that, and it's different. It's not what's normal, and you're realizing, man, need to be flexible. Meals at home, all of a sudden cooking takes on a whole new meaning. I know in our house it's like, so what's for dinner? And I remember sitting down one night thinking, with the sports schedule that we used to have, we may have eaten twice at home, with practices going until 6 and not getting home until 6:37, maybe two of us were eating while the others had already eaten, or with a game day, we're eating out, but now everybody's cooking. And what does that look like? And everybody's tired of mac and cheese by now, or grilled cheese, or something like that. And again, learning to be flexible with mealtime, with childcare, with all kinds of things. Learning to do school around the dining room table, or learning to do school from a computer in your bedroom, or off of a smartphone, or whatever it might be. Um, Always flexible. This is where we're at. And I think from a school perspective, seeing emails from administration, talking with teachers each week, and seeing that the state has something new every week that kind of changes the way that we're doing things, the way that we're looking at things, the way that we're looking for the summer, the way that we're looking at next year. It's different. And we talked about, I know in class, with several of my classes, I've talked about, hey, you live in a day and age where change is happening rapidly, but right now change is happening so rapidly that what was said last week may not be true this week. And so I just want to encourage all of you to, just like the Marines, kind of embrace it and kind of poke a little fun at it. And with their little Semper Gumby motto, have that motto around the house, have that motto around your family, and just realize that things aren't going to go as expected. Things aren't going to go the way that you figure they should, and so you're just going to have to kind of roll with it, and be flexible, and maybe do some things you're not normally used to doing, or not do things that you're normally used to doing, and be flexible that way. Well, I trust that this was encouraging to you, or at least challenging. I mean, it should be challenging. I hope you all have a great week ahead, and keep working on those projects. Keep talking with your teachers. I know there are teachers reaching out to students trying to help you pass the semester. Don't ignore them. Communicate with them, and figure out, ask questions, try to understand, what is it that I need to do to pass? What is it that I need to do to complete this project? What does this all mean? We're coming close to the end. So most all the work should be turned in next Friday. So I think if you have everything done, next Friday is the last day to turn in work, unless you have late work or something like that. So keep pushing ahead. We'll probably talk here soon about the end of a thing is better than the beginning. That one again. So missing you all, and trust that you all are doing well. And like I said, keep talking to each other, and don't be afraid to reach out to me if you need some help. All right? Take care.